Today we're going to be debunking the top 5 myths of day trading. Listen, I've been day trading 18 years. I got started back in 2006. Traded part-time for about 7 or 8 years. Went into full-time trading. Then now I also mentor, changing the lives of hundreds, even thousands of profitable traders. It's absolutely, truly my passion every single trading day. But there's a lot of bad information out there, and a lot of people treat it and approach it in the wrong way. And listen, trading is dangerous. You can lose a lot of money, okay? There is downside. I mean, you've heard horror stories, but that's not a reason to be scared of it. If you have discipline, if you have a growth mindset, if you're willing to learn how to follow the rules, it's accessible to anyone. I don't care race, color, creed, where you're from, what language you speak, how old you are. Anyone can do it. There is a rule book, there is a guidebook for traders like me that have done it in the past and continue to do it 18 years later. And these myths that I'm about to debunk are just going to keep you away from maximizing the best trading opportunities. So right off the bat, you always hear gambling. Now, as a myth, I think that, I mean, it's like, listen, you've often heard 90% of traders fail. And that is because 90% or a significant majority of that failure are people that treat the market as gambling, okay? They just throw a bunch of money at a random stock, hope it goes up. They have no stop loss, like no plan. They don't even know what they're buying. Like, it may sound crazy to you. Like, I think you're separating yourself, checking out these videos, trying to learn, but I've seen it. I've seen people that they don't even know what the stock they're in. They're like, hey, I'm in this one and I'm down $5,000, and I'm like, well, what's the ticker? And they're like, I think it's blah, blah, blah. And like, I type it in, I'm like, is this it? And they're like, no, that's not it. Like, they got a hot tip. Somebody told them, they saw it on Twitter, they saw it on Reddit, and they just threw money at it. I mean, they treated it like gambling. So that is a big reason why so many fail. Now, in what I do, what I teach, what consistently profitable traders do is they don't treat it like gambling, okay? We stack as many odds in our favor. Now, there's winning and there's losing, but like one of the best analogies I can give is it's like sports, okay? There's playing the sport and there's betting on the sport, okay? If you're just throwing $1,000 on, the Detroit Lions, heaven forbid, like you're just throwing $1,000 at it. You hope you make money and have some fun with your buddies, etc. But if you play for an NFL team, if you play for an NBA team or a college football team, like you're not a gambler. Like you're hitting the weight room, you're hitting the nutrition, you're following the guy, you're watching film, you're going to practice. Like it's not gambling. Like a lot of people treat the stock market like sports gambling. $1,000 on this stock, $1,000 on the Lions. What we do as consistently profitable traders is we're the players, man. We're putting in the time and the effort to stack as many odds in our favor. Now, we might lose on Sunday, but it's not for lack of preparation. It's not for lack of work, okay? Sometimes, the chips don't fall our way, but we still put in our time, we still prepare, and we get ready. So you choose, okay? You want random results and you want to throw some money down on some random sports team or some random stock, good luck. But if you want to put in the time and the effort, it can be done by following the process. Next one is that you need a lot of money. Like, this is kind of funny. I actually tell people when you're first getting started, if you have a lot of money, like, hey, maybe you made some good money and you got a couple $1,000,000 in the bank, or your parents left you some money or whatever, even if you have plenty of money to trade with, I beg people, trade with a small account, okay? And hear me out. People don't like to hear this, but like what's great about trading with a small account is it forces you to be disciplined at the end of the day. Like if you like you said, let's say you inherited a bunch of money from dad and you're just like, hey, throw some money here, throw some money there. It's like you can kind of make poor decisions and maybe you break your stop or you add to a loser and you can hold and then it comes back your way. Poor decision making, and it will end up badly eventually. What's great about a small account is it forces you to only trade the best opportunities. It forces you to keep your losses small, and it forces you to maximize your gains, what is great about that, and if you got $1 million, I'd tell you, put $5,000 in a trading account. Because here's the deal, and this is the key thing. If you can grow a $5,000 account, man, you learn the right steps, the right discipline, the right risk management. You learn your patterns. You learn how to do this. You have a process. Wow. All of a sudden now, man, you take that good discipline, those good decision makings, and scale it up to $50,000 or $500,000 account. Man, you got something special. But by constraining yourself and forcing yourself to follow those good habits, and that's how you scale up. Now, vice versa, if you don't have a lot of money and you put $1,000 or a couple $1,000 in, it's the same deal. You're forced to learn good habits. And now you got a $5,000 account. Now you got a $10,000 account. Maybe in a couple years you got $100,000, and now you scale up. So you don't need a lot of money to get started. You don't need a lot to learn trading. And I would tell you the opposite. Start out small, so if something bad happens, it's manageable. Like, listen, you blow up a $500 account, whoop-de-doo. Okay, it sucks. Nobody likes losing $500, but it's not like you're losing $50,000 or $500,000. Next is everyone says the market is rigged. You want to know who thinks the market's rigged? Losers. Okay, losers. That's who thinks the market's rigged. People that do random things, random times a day, have no process, don't put in the work, don't write trade plans, don't analyze charts. Lazy losers. That's who thinks the market's rigged, okay? Now, if you're brand new, it may look rigged. I understand that. You're like, every time I buy a stock, it pulls back. Listen, you're probably not following a process of every time you trade a stock, it pulls back, okay? The market is not rigged. It isn't, okay? It is. Now, I'll say this. It's rigged against lazy people. It's rigged against, people that don't put in the work, but like everything's rigged against lazy people. I mean, the business world is rigged against lazy people. College is rigged against lazy people, okay? Everything. The world, the universe hates lazy people, okay? Everything's rigged against you if you're lazy and you're a loser, okay? But you know what the market loves? You know what the business world loves? You know what entrepreneurs love? You know what managers love? You know what everybody loves? Somebody that's willing to bust their ass and put in the time and the effort. Back to athletics, okay? You know, who's your favorite pro athlete? I bet you they work their butt off and you respect it because of that. Your favorite UFC fighter, he's training constantly every day. You're like, wow, that's my guy or that's my girl, okay? Next is the home run mindset. I'm going to find the next Apple. I'm going to find the next Microsoft. I'm going to find the next Tesla. Listen, maybe you will, okay? Personally, I think the next Tesla is Tesla, okay? If you want a long-term idea, there you go. Elon's going to change the world. You're going to look back in a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You'd be like, man, I could have bought some Tesla. Anyway, the point is not about home runs. The point is if you approach the market with a long-term mindset, knowing that making good decisions, making small trades, learning how to trade, stacking green trades day after day, minimizing your losses, you can't fixate on the home runs because guess what? They only happen once a year. And are you going to be there for it? That's the thing with the home run trades. There will be home run trades, but are you going to be there for it? I mean, it's basically luck at that point. Now, what I teach and what I do is showing up to the market like a professional and trying to collect that daily paycheck. Some days you'll win, some days you lose, you minimize the losing, you maximize the winning games, and we're looking at this like a professional, growing our accounts over time. Last thing, and I think the most important thing is a lot of people think it's just easy to do on your own. I mean, can anyone trade? 100%. Like, you got a laptop and a couple $100, you can start trading today. Like, I was blown away. I didn't know, I don't trade at Robinhood. Like, a couple years ago, the the 2020 boom, like, people were like, you don't even have to wait for your funds to clear at Robinhood. Like, you initiate the deposit, they'll let you trade like 5 minutes later. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Like, I didn't know that. Like, every brokerage account I have, you have to wire money into because they ain't going to let you trade with anything until the wire hits. I'm like, they let you, what? the ACH doesn't hit for 3. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, holy crap. So the point is, there's this fallacy that just because you need a phone and a couple $100, it's easy to do. It's not. Do I think anyone can do it if they work hard and they're disciplined? Totally, totally. But you need someone that's going to teach you how to do this before you flame out, okay? Back to that 90% failure rate. One of the reasons the failure rate is so high is people are trying to learn on their own, and it just takes so much longer. Like, think about learning a language on your own. Like, I mean, I know there's a lot of great apps, okay? But think about back before apps. Like, you know, when I was a kid, okay, in the 80s. Try learning a language on your own. Like, you go to the bookstore or the library and you start reading, you know, like how would you, you know, it's not like you got apps. And that's what a lot of people run into with trading. They think, I'll do it on my own. And you can, okay? I did it on my own, okay? But it took a long time, okay? It took me 3 to 4 years to get to the point where I was profitable. Can you spend 3 to 4 years? Probably not. Probably not. So the best way to cut down that time and the best way to not burn out, not flame out, and give up is to get a mentor. The best way to get a mentor is click that link below and check out the Daily Income Trader System. You're going to see what we do every single day in this closed community of like-minded traders, people that don't treat it like gambling, a lot of people have small accounts, a lot of people that know the market isn't rigged, a lot of people that aren't trying to hit home runs. They just want to make consistently daily income trading, okay? Check out that link, 100% live, 100% free. You'll get a full tour of the trading system. Would love to see you there. Have a great day, my friends.